Fala galera, beleza? Aqui é o Ragnar. Estamos novamente, galera, com Greedfall. A gente já tá aqui na cidade do nosso primo, né, galera? Estamos aqui já. A gente tem que informar pra ele aqui sobre o resultado da nossa expediçãozinha lá. Tá? Vamos lá então, galera. Vou entrar aqui no palácio. Beleza. Vamos ver se ele tá bem, né? E aí, primo?
My fair cousin! Come closer and tell me what brings you...
Constantine, how are you feeling? Are you in great pain?
This sickness is horrible, believe me. Now I understand what your mother went through. But you have not come to hear my complaints. Speak. It will give me something else to ponder.
Allow me to present Afra, an emissary of the Bridge Alliance. She is an eminent naturalist who studies local flora in an effort to find a remedy.
Your Excellency, it is a great honor.
You were part of Governor Buren's lost expedition, if I've understood correctly, were you not?
Yes, and our research would have borne fruit if it hadn't been so brutally interrupted.
I can only imagine. Nevertheless, you are most welcome. Your great learning will certainly prove useful. I implore you, my fair cousin. Do continue. We are eager to hear your news.
Falar sobre o remédio. O que tem pra gente perguntar? Acho que nada, né? Vamos falar sobre o remédio logo, né, galera?
I wanted to inform you of our progress in the attempt to discover a cure. As you advised me, I followed the leads shared by our allies, none of which led anywhere. However, they pointed in the same direction, towards a sort of god that the natives worship. They call him Enon Mil Frictimen, the god of many faces. He is very powerful and protects the island.
How can you be sure that it's not some sort of myth? Even a superstition?
I saw it take shape with my own eyes, during a ritual. It is possible that the Malachor is the expression of its vengeance.
You are referring to the secret we unearthed. The entire continent is paying today for the errors of our grandparents. It is a terrifying perspective.
But if it were true, he must also be able to help us heal.
Katasak, my friend. I saw you flinch hearing that name. You are familiar with this being.
All of the Donegada know him, even in their flesh. He is Tir Fradi. It is with him we make our bond. But I would be surprised that he is at the origin of your sickness. He is generous and only rages when attacked and wounded.
I fear that is exactly what we did. Cousin, I know that I ask much of you, but I have no choice. You need to go and find this magical being. I won't survive for much longer. Beg him. Offer him all that he wants, but we must have this remedy. I need it.
I shall do all in my power, Constantine. I promise you. But is there a way to communicate with him? I was already sent to fight a guardian under that pretext, in the hopes that it would kill me.
There is a way so sacred that even we Donegada cannot use it. Enon Mil Frictimen decides. It is not I who judges your intentions. Go and find Glendon, the sage of the village council of Dorhagenadu. If he deems you worthy, he will guide you. To be able to speak with him, you must present this seal. It will prove that you are the friend of a member of the council.
I had no idea that such a talisman was required.
You have not yet been named Mal of your clan, Siora, daughter of Bladned. When this has come to pass, we will give you a seal that allows you to give voice to your friends when visiting the council.
It is a symbol of great trust. Why are you awarding me this?
I do not wish to lose the soul who has put their life in my hands. And also, you have proven you are our friend back there in my village.
Thank you, Katasak. I will not forget this honor you bestow upon me. And thank you, fair cousin, for everything.
Bom, tá aí, né, galera? Tá bem malzão aí nosso primo. Ah, reúna-se... Ah, passou ali, mano. Nem consegui ler. Mas vamos lá, então. Deixa eu ver onde é a nossa próxima missão. Vamos aqui ver. Bom, temos que viajar pra cá, né? Beleza. Vamos lá então, galera. Bom, galera, já chegamos aqui na aldeia. Saímos bem em frente à casa dele aqui. Vamos falar com ele então, para ver se a gente consegue passar nesse teste aí.
Hello, my name is Desarde. I am the legate of the merchant congregation. May I enter?
Good day, Legate de Sarde. No, this building is closed to Renaigse.
I am Siora, daughter of Bladne, daughter of Meb. My mother, the Marl of the Red Spears, was a member of the council.
All here remember, and the Vorst Tirse. She was a courageous Marl, but you are not yet Marl in her stead, and you do not carry her seal. I am sorry, Siora. I cannot allow you to enter.
I beg your pardon. I did not know.
Bom, a gente tá com selo, né? Pedi para falar com o conselho, mostrar o selo. A gente pediu, né, e não conseguimos. Então vamos lá, meter logo o selo na cara dele.
Here is the seal of Donegad Katasak, of the village of Wenxavier.
And so you are a trusted friend of the great healer. He must see your true face and find it worthy. Enter. You are welcome.
É, né? Vamos lá. Interessante o local aqui, hein?
I give you warm greetings, Glendan. I am Desarde, legate of the congregation of merchants.
Your merchant congregation sways me very slightly from my path. But you are a current of Katasak. His trust in you makes me stop and look at you. What brings you here?
I seek a remedy. My cousin and many other people on our island suffer from a terrible sickness. We think that Enon Milfrichteman can help us find a cure.
Really? And Katasak sent you to see me?
He told me that the only way to meet with your god was to come and see you. You would judge our worthiness.
Judge your intentions? Yes, that I can do. But even if I should do this, you would have many trials to pass. For the path you seek to follow has only been tread but a very few times, and you are the first Renaigse to set foot upon it. We must begin where everything begins. There is a trial. The trial of water. It will show us the reflection of your soul. Tell me what you see on the seal you will find deep in its center.
And I suppose this cavern is guarded.
That is true. But the simplest solution is not always the best. It is a path with many forks. I hope you will prove that you understand the spirit of our people and our island. Go now. Show us your true face, and return purified by the waters of the cavern.
What can you tell me about the sanctuary?
It is the most sacred place of the island. The hidden face, and still seen by all of you. Enol mil frictimen. I protected these doors like my father before me and his father before him. And still none of us have ever entered.
Am I to gather that there has never been a High King in your family?
We are heads of the Council of Kings. And so it is prohibited for us to present ourselves. We must remain impartial.
I see. And so you cannot speak to me about what you find inside?
The heart of the island beats near here, the volcano. And I know that it is a place full of life.
Beleza, vamos perguntar aqui do Deus lá.
What can you tell me about your god?
That the word God is too small to hold him. He is Tir Fradi in all and everything. The wisdom of his people, the gentleness of his rivers, the strength of his volcano. You are looking for wisdom to heal Renaigse, but you still see it with the eyes of a sort of Donegat. He is much more than that. He is the essence of all life, of all magic, the spring.
Nossa!
Can you tell me anything more about the role of the council?
We gather here at every long night and every short night. During these nights, the clans are in disagreement and come here looking for wisdom of the council, and of course also the High King. Those who have complaints against their Mal may also be heard here and find justice. And when important events take place, if the balance is threatened, then we also meet here, so that the wisdom of all might be shared, and that we might act as a same people.
Beleza, né? Tá, vamos na caverna então.
Goodbye.
Qua awelem seg.
Vamos lá, galera. Fazer esse teste aí. Espero que a gente passe, né?
You have spoken to Glendon as you wanted. What more can I do for you?
I was asked to pass the trial of water. What do you know about it?
I have never passed it. Only those who must reveal their soul walk this path. The High Kings and Queens. It is a tremendous honor given to you, Renaigse.
Do you have any advice to give me?
I only know that the trial can be passed in many ways, and your choice will reveal the makings of your soul. One way is through strength, the other by ruse and heart. But I know no more than this. The trials are kept secret. Anything else?
Nothing else, thank you. I need to leave.
Good luck. And do not lose yourself in your own reflection.
Caraca! É, isso vai ser brabo, hein? A gente tem que ir pra cá então. A gente dá a volta aqui. Pra cá. Depois vem pra cá e chega aqui. Vamos lá, galera. Já chegamos aqui.
Siora, do you know anything about the trial that awaits us inside?
My mother passed it during the last election, but it was Vinbar that was elected in the end.
Did she tell you about it?
A little, but it is a secret trial. It is important that you give your whole heart to it. I know that you must choose your path in your way. Combat is not necessarily the best response, even if it allows you to get to where you are going. If you are confronted with animals, remind yourself that they must feed, and there are ways of altering food to make those who eat it fall into a deep and peaceful sleep.
Is that an idea that your mother used? It's clever. Thank you.
Mas aí ela... Eu acho que não tenho esses... Não tenho, mano. Não é aqui. Cadê minha bolsa, mano? Ah, cara, eu queria ver... Que não mostra o que eu tenho dentro da minha bolsa, só mostra as missões. Aí complica, mano. Ah, vamos lá então, né? Não tem outro jeito. Eu acho que tem uma coisa aqui, peraí. Poções. Pode ressurreição, pão mágico. Poção de resistência, equilíbrio, rapidez, poder. Poção de mana. Bom, mano. Poção de... Não. Não tem uma poção de sono.
Look, they're eating the old carcass. If you poured some sleeping potion on it, they'd fall asleep.
Como, mano, que eu vou pôr uma poção de sono ali, mano? Cara, quando eu chegar lá eles vão me ver, mano. Deixa ele virar pra lá, mano. São muito, velho. Ficam parados.
You did it. They're sleeping. We should be able to pass without
Pronto.
it.
Beleza, vamos lá. Ainda bem que os NPCs não me atrapalharam, né, mano? Porque... Bom. Vamos agachado mesmo, entrar na caverna para o julgamento. Como assim de novo? Estamos mais em outro local aqui.
May the enlightened help us.
Bom. O que é que tem ali, mano? Deixa eu ver com a senhora aqui.
Karans, I need to talk to you. I have to ask you for
Ela
another
quer me pedir um
favor.
favor.
I'm listening, Ziora.
Do you remember the mine shakers in my village?
Yes. If I understand correctly, there was some kind of an agreement made with them.
Even though these priests would make good allies against the lions because they hate them as much as we do, my mother would never have traded the spirits of the people of the village in exchange for their help. And she would have wanted to be buried according to our rituals. She was deeply attached to our traditions.
So you think that they're lying?
Yes. And you understand these Renagse better than I do. But I see that you are already busy with something else. So could you come back once you have time? Anything else?
I must pass the trial of water. Do you know
Tá, isso
anything
aqui já
about it?
foi, né?
I have heard it talked about. One says my mother.
Did she tell you about it?
A little. But it is. I know that you must choose your path. Combat is not
Tá,
necessarily.
vou pular aqui.
And there. Anything else?
Só isso.
I
Ah, não
must
tem
go.
nada pra falar.
See you later.
Bom, vamos aqui então. Pedindo para examinar. Só temos esse aqui mesmo. Mais um aqui no final aqui. Tem um bicho ali. Vamos examinar então, galera.
You were freezing and you had this empty stare. The water in the basin spoke to you, no?
Yes. Exactly like the lightning-struck tree. I was something else for a brief moment.
Tell us. Visions like this are
Como assim, mano? Eles...
keys for the sacred rituals.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind. And it was a cold feeling. I was high up and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me, and suddenly I bounced on the ground, and I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated, and I was suddenly with you again.
Ué, eu não vi nada disso. Será que tinha uma... Não, né? Não pode ser isso, mano. Ah, mano. Não pode ser isso, mano. Ah.
This drawing looks like an infant. Could it represent life?
É.
The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. I'm certain.
Beleza.
On this stone, the sun is visible. This stone bears the image of a storm, or perhaps the wind.
Pode ser do vento.
This stone is blackened, eaten away. I think it is supposed to evoke death. This stone is adorned with the etching of a drop of water. Here, this looks like a snowflake. Snow or maybe ice.
Beleza. Então a gente tem que fazer o bagulho aí, né, galera? Já se a gente errar, a gente enfrenta aquele monstro ali, mano. Vamos lá, né? Tá. Pedra do fogo. Sol. Vento. Vamos lá. Será que era o vento primeiro? Nem lembro mais, mano. Boa. Daí eu acho que o gelo, talvez. Ó, esse aqui da água. Boa. Caraca. E agora?
Once again, these visions open gates. Try to remember them.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried
Tá,
by the
estava
wind.
frio.
and it was a cold feeling. I was high up and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me, and suddenly I bounced on the ground, and I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated, and I was suddenly with you again.
Tá, então acho que o sol talvez, né? Mas aqui é fogo, mano. Pedra da morte. Ok. E a água, não é isso? Opa! Tá, mas não aconteceu nada? Ué? Simplesmente isso não... Bom, então. Não sei pra onde eu tô indo, galera. Mas eu quero ir... Quero ir pra cá, ó. Que é isso?
This must be the seal that Glendan spoke about. It looks like the silhouette of the mountain of Tir Fredi, and a face is drawn within it.
The spirit of the volcano. One of the faces of Einon Mil Frichtemann.
Só isso? Concluímos aí? Eu acho que sim, hein, galera. Bom, eu acho que a gente concluiu, então. Vamos falar com ele.
Bertir tu mad on Olmanawi. I congratulate you for passing the trial. Enter.
And so you have returned. Can you tell me what the seal deep within the cavern brings into your mind?
A face in the mountain of Tir Fredi.
Then you have seen the true face of the island when looking into her waters. And the island has seen inside you. You sent the beasts into a deep sleep. That was very clever. Another before you did the same. In choosing the path of silence, you avoided confronting the Dosantats. Finally, you have completed the ritual, and in so doing the Guardian recognized you as a wise man. You choose to trust the way of ruse and wisdom. It is a difficult path, but it carries generous fruits. The island has seen your intelligence and also your compassion. The friendship of Katasach towards you no longer surprises me.
Am I authorized to encounter Einon Mil Frichtemann now? To present him with my request?
If the High King agrees, yes. We shall not oppose that decision. Only a High King or High Queen is allowed to open the sanctuary. I warned you. Your voyage is far from over.
I suppose that I'm going to need to convince him as well. Where can I find him?
I do not know. And I believe that it may be another trial on your path to find the one you seek.
Is he hiding? Has he been captured?
He disappeared several months ago. Since then we have not heard from him. He was worried about the Renaigse. The last people to have seen him, I'm told, were the most important chiefs of the clans here at the council. There was Deirdre, Blatnid, Ulan, and Dunkas.
My mother, alas, can tell us nothing more.
Yes, I heard about your loss, Siora. And divorced Tirce. Mourning is a difficult time to pass.
And divorced Tirce. Thank you, Glendon.
Deirdre is the Mal of the clan of the Storm Warriors. You will find her in the village of Vedlug.
I have already met her. She sent me to confront a guardian.
That sounds like her. Ulan is the Mal of the village of Vignamri, near the coast. It is said that he welcomes the Renaigse. As for Dunkas, he leads the Vigigidor. He is the chief of the Earth Healers. His village is not very far from the Didekidan Nadages.
Very well. I will go and see them. Try to find this High King. Thank you, Glendan.
Kwa'awalamseg. I hope that you will find him.
Beleza, né, galera? Conseguimos aí. Opa, nível 30. Vamos sair aqui então. Bom, agora a gente tem que encontrar os líderes aí das outras aldeias, é isso? Temos 2 pontos aqui. Montar armadilha, não sou muito bom com isso. Punho forte. Não. Aço afiado. Rolamento. Permite rolamento usando a esquiva pela segunda vez, não funciona. Tá. Já peguei, né? Vamos pegar isso aqui então. Eu preciso desse, tá? Beleza. Atributos eu não tenho. Beleza. Vamos lá então. A gente tem que falar com o Constantino de novo? Tá, beleza. Bom, galera, já estamos aqui na cidade. Vamos falar lá então, falar com o nosso primo, para informar ele da missão. Eita!
Lieutenant, I demand an explanation. Tell us what is going on. We haven't heard anything about Lord Dorsey's condition in spite of our inquiries. We are extremely worried. And then all of a sudden one of his guards appears, shaken and on his own, though he is part of his retinue.
Please, allow me the chance to shed some light, my lady.
Your soldier is nothing more than a coward for abandoning his highness.
Tell me, what is going on?
This soldier has just reported in. He is asking for reinforcements. He believes that Lord Dorsey has been attacked.
He believes? He ran here without full knowledge of what happened firsthand.
I was sent on patrol far from the camp, but I heard screams, from men and from beasts. I wanted to return to camp, but then I heard a deafening sound, grinding, like a landslide. I thought then it would be best just to go and get help.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You are dismissed. I would like to have a discussion with this man alone.
Yes.
My lady, could you lead these fine people into the hallway if you would be so kind?
Certainly. I deplore this embarrassing turn of events, but know that you have my full support in all circumstances.
In the interest of avoiding a general panic, tell me precisely what happened back there.
Your cousin ordered us to escort him beyond the town limits. The islander convinced him to go on some journey.
By islander, do you mean the Donegad that came to treat his affliction?
Yes, a strange bird. Missing more than one feather, you ask me, milady. I was ordered to set up patrol along a small path, rather far from the rest of the company. I was told to protect our perimeter from anyone wandering along. According to the islander, it was the only access to their planned destination. I did my rounds for quite some time. Not a soul came along. But then I heard cries a ways off, and I went running to help. I heard an enormous crashing sound like an avalanche of rocks. So then I turned right back around.
And you ran all the way here?
Caraca.
Do you know precisely where the company was when you heard these sounds?
No, not precisely. I hadn't gone there. But I could show you where I was posted. The islander said they were following the path, but he was quite a ways ahead when I lost sight of them.
Ah.
Why didn't you go and look for yourself? To see if they had been buried by a rock slide?
What? Alone? What could I have done? It seemed of greater urgency to go and get help.
I'm still having trouble deciding if cowardice or intelligence got the best of you. But that's a question for your superiors. My cousin was quite weak. Do you know why he decided to follow the Donegad?
His Highness was feeling much better. The potions that he was drinking must have been potent. I mean to show no disrespect to His Highness, but that islander had the high ground in the War of Wits. I wasn't privy to their counsel. I haven't the beginning of an explanation for the expedition, but your cousin was all full of enthusiasm and ordered that we set out as quick as we could make ready.
That sounds like him. What sort of mess has he gotten himself into again?
I am sorry, milady, but I don't know anything else I could tell you.
Dismissed, soldier. Looks like I'm going on an expedition.
Thank you, milady.
Caraca, mano, que isso, velho? Tá. Eita. Eu estava onde, hein? Caramba. Esse cara levou nosso primo, mano. Tá, aqui tem interrogar os caras lá, né? 2, 3. E para localizar o Constantine. E outra missão secundária também. É missão secundária, Constantine? Como assim? Cadê missões aqui? A missão secundária. Como assim, mano? Ah, não, é principal. Tá. Bem, né? O que a gente vai fazer? A gente vai interrogar primeiro os caras lá. Daí a gente procura o Constantine, né, galera? Acho que vou fazer por essa ordem aí. Mas por enquanto, né, galera, eu vou encerrar por aqui. Aí a gente continua no próximo, beleza? Falou, até mais, galera.